Oh. Hey y'all, just grabbing my stuff real quick. Okay. Well, this might work. Yeah. Okay, that'll work. Okay, how are y'all? Y'all ready for tonight? We're gonna have some fun. Sorry, let me just answer them real quick. Okay, let me get y'all up so I can see what's going on. What do I do with my drink? Oh, crap. Hold on. Okay. I left my drink in there, y'all. Okay. All right, all right. How are y'all tonight? Y'all doing well? Oh. Oh, I hate it when it brings it up like that. Hold on, I want to go into the group so I can pull it up and see. All right, here we go. The other way it doesn't show me comments, so. Okay. There we go. All right. So tonight we're going to do a couple of things. I know, how are y'all? How are y'all? Okay. One thing we're going to do is we're going to decorate this guy. So this came from Carolina Pottery, and y'all, it's just a styrofoam ball with a little bit of fabric on it. And honestly, this was only $5. So this is cheaper than I could actually make it. So I thought, well, I'll just buy it. But I will show y'all how to make these out of a couple different things. But I thought, shoot, I'm just going to buy that one. It doesn't have a number on it or anything, so it must be from last year or something. But these are super fun to do. And we're actually going to do it in a little different way. Something that I think will make it a lot easier. Okay. And we're going to do, and I have all this stuff up here. Okay. We're going to take, this is a candle ring, okay? It's just like a little evergreen, but it's made for candles, okay? And we're going to attach that onto here to decorate it. I have never seen anybody do it this way, so I was thinking this would work great because it's going to start us with a base, and we can attach it down to this styrofoam ball, and then it gives us something great to glue into. So it's a time saver. These things cost like $1 or $2. They're very inexpensive. Okay. And then we're going to take, these are, I think they're 12 inch. Are they 12 inch? These are 12-inch Canadian pine little evergreens. And I have 3 of them. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take some ribbon and we're going to make it, you know, however long we want it. And we're going to decorate these and attach them going down. And then you make a bow at the top. And then it's like a door. So it's a door wreath, but it actually has 3 wreaths. And you put, you know, red or red velvet ribbon behind it. Okay. So that's going to be fun. And I wish I had thought to bring, I was going to bring something in here to show y'all what I was going to do next, and I forgot. Well, one thing I have We're going to do a couple of the tobacco baskets. These are from Hobby Lobby. So we're going to do a couple of these. And these actually come in a set of 2. So we're going to do 2 different things with it. All right. This here is from Amazon. They're in my Amazon list. So if you want to get any of these, they're in my little influencer shop. Boy, I tell you, they taped this sucker together, didn't they? Holy cow! What I want to do is show you how you can take, you know, a fairly inexpensive wreath and make it look much higher end just by adding some stuff into it. Hello! Okay, so these are little pine pieces. Can you see them? These are great to add into wreaths like this to make them look more high-end. And there's like 50 of them for like $12. So, you know, you can get these and then add them in whatever wreath you want to. These are great. These are like, they're kind of like leather leaf or cedar sprays. These also were like 50 for $15 or something like that. And then we have just some pine pieces that we'll cut up and put in there. I have some of this kind of cedar. Okay. This is more of these, just in a different size. Okay. If I can get it out. Lord. So see, these are just a little bit taller. So this one has longer little pieces. This one has shorter. So that way, if I'm working on a smaller wreath, I can use the smaller ones, and a bigger wreath, the bigger ones. Okay. And we're going to be using those when we do our mantelpiece this year. It's going to be more of the natural type, because it's not one we've done before. So I thought that would be fun. So let's take some of these out. Okay. And I have some glittery stuff. You know, our little glitter stuff. These come from Sims. These are awesome. These come from Sims. Okay. So how y'all doing tonight? Alright, so we're going to spread this out. So of course this is much smaller than what we normally work on because it's a 12-inch. But that's what you want if you're going to be putting, you know, 3 together on a door. You can also do really cute stuff like put joy down it, the letters joy. And you can get letters from Hobby Lobby, just unpainted letters. But it's really, really cute. I might have to see if I can get over there. Or I can just, well, we had to replace the lens on our laser machines, so it's going to be a couple days before I can get her to cut anything. Amazon. The greenery came from Amazon. And it's nice greenery and it's inexpensive. So, none of my wholesalers had any of these, so, and certainly not at that price. There, we got one ready. All right, let me tell y'all what the numbers on this is. All right, this is CV012. That's this one. That's what we have. We have 3 of them. Okay. So how how's y'all's day been? I'm okay. I'm not feeling the best today, but I think I'm just worn out. But I'll be all right. We went up to Carolina Pottery today. That was fun. I love going there. The one in Augusta is just so much nicer than... Oh, yeah, so remember, the design group is being hosted over here for the month. I probably could have gone in there too. I just didn't think about that. But I wouldn't be able to see the comments. I'll remember that next time. All right, we got the second one done. Ugh. I should have thought of that and gone in both. Okay. So we're going to be doing some really fun stuff with, have y'all seen the little tree frames they have at the Dollar Tree? The metal ones that like look like this, they're cylinders. I'm going to do several of those in different styles. That's going to be fun. Like, they're like, I don't know if I can get over there. Well, maybe at the end I'll go grab one and show it to you. Those are going to be fun. I have stuff piled in here for the class. So I can find everything. It's just kind of sitting over here to the side. All right, so we've got them fluffed out. Okay. All right, so we're going to start adding some of the stuff in. And what we're doing is we're just going to make it look like a more natural, high-end greenery. And then we'll decorate it. I will try, Johnny. Okay. So I'm going to cut these in two, all right? And we'll put both in. Now I want to put it in like this, kind of pulling it out. There, making sure I'm getting it in there. Well, there goes Sassy. She didn't stay long. She never stays long, y'all. She is so funny. She has dog ADHD. Yep, that's what it is. All right. There we go. All right, now, get those out of the way. Now we can put the small ones in. Kind of in between, maybe in the middle here. Okay. There we go. See how much better it looks already? These are from Sims. I love these because you can really cut them up. Let's see, I'm going to tell you the number. Hold on. It's CBS 200G. What's that there? Okay. So see, I can take this and I can cut it into pieces. Okay, like this. All right. Then I'm going to put in between those. And a few pieces of this will come out, but not bad. It's really pretty good. It stays together pretty well. These are also inexpensive as well. Let's get these up. So one piece is enough to do the whole small wreath. Then of course you can take this same concept and do larger ones. Okay. Put some in the middle here. It will shred some, but not a lot. It's not bad. Okay, there. Okay. I'm gonna put some of this in. I need to move this so I can see, because I can't see anything. All right, there we go. All right. Okay. So I'm cutting it into two pieces. I want to make sure I keep everything going in the direction that it's going already. There. Okay. There. So you don't need a ton of that. We just put a couple in. Alright, now we're going to do this cedar. These are my favorite. This is CS 5044. I think I'm going to pull these out individually and put them in. Because it is a smaller wreath, I don't want to overwhelm spots, but I want to spread it out and get it in there. So we'll get more bang if we just pull them out. I do like the little pine cones, so I will put this in with the little pine cones. There. Oh, it's so cute. Okay. Make sure you're spreading it out. You don't want to put like everything Like, don't put everything on the outside or the inside or the middle. You want to kind of some out, some in. That way it looks more natural. I know I love the pine cones. See, it looks like a much different wreath now, right? So look at the original. And then look at when we put some stuff in it. See how different it looks? Okay. And don't be afraid to go beyond the wreath itself. That's what makes them look, well, one, more natural, because nothing in nature is going to look like a perfect, you know, round shape. It's just not. Okay. There. Let's put this little pine cone in. Put it over here. There. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. And if you can see, I have several different colors of green going on in here. So that's also important. You want different shades because that's what makes it look more natural. Okay. All right, so we've got like the basic. So if you went, let's just say for comparison's sake, because I was at Carolina Pottery today, okay? So let's say a plain wreath like this, let's say this plain wreath is $10. When they put stuff like this in it, it suddenly becomes $24, even though we really didn't put that much in it. It looks like we did because we cut it up and spread it out. So that's why it looks like it costs more. Okay. We are going to add some more stuff in it, but I want to go and get the basics done in this. Okay. I think we did maybe 4 or 5. Okay. So they certainly don't have to be exactly the same, but you do want the same kinds of things in it because they are going to be kind of underneath each other. Okay. And I'm making it, if you can see, I'm going in a circle with the wreath. So as I go around, it's going in that direction. And that just helps bring that eye around, your eye around. Okay. There. And there. Okay. Well, welcome. Okay. So we put these little ones kind of in the middle, in between. Those help fill in and make it look more natural because there are other pieces in it. There. Okay, and there. And I'm making sure to go in the direction that I had the other pieces going. Right, so see how it's going around? Okay, and then we'll do this. Well, actually, I think we did So we did the pine. We did the pine, I think, after that. Okay. All right. All right, so let's cut it up. There we go. All right, now. So each time I come and add things in, I'm going to go in between where I had something else. See, like in between these. And that's how it makes it easy to fill it in. You don't have to think about where you're going to put it. You're just going to put it in between what's already in there. That makes it much easier, and if you turn it around while you're doing it, that makes it easier to make sure you're going in the right direction as well. I need to get my Lazy Susan out. There we go. All right, let's put some in the middle here. There. I want to put one more here. Actually, let's put this one. There's a little berry in there. I don't really need that berry. There we go. Okay. All right, then we're going to do a couple of these. There. This mess out of here. There we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right, now we're going to do these. I use pretty much 2 of these. Okay. There. Put this one on the other side. See how this right here starts to lighten it up? You have a Lazy Susan. Ha ha ha. I know what that meant. That's funny. Well, I have that one, but it's under the church in my office, and I need to take it off and bring it out here. Makes it easier. Okay, I'm gonna put some on the outside. Okay. Okay. Of course, I can just turn it around. It doesn't really, it's not really that hard to do. These aren't really huge. But don't go buy one. I'm going to show y'all how to make your own. With stuff from Home Depot or Lowe's. So don't go spend money. See, isn't that cute? All right, let's do the third one. And then we're gonna decorate them up and add them to our ribbon. Make our bow. Okay. There. Okay. Put that down there. Okay, I need 2 of these. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, Pop said he's going to go to the senior center every day. And we've already decided we're going to meet up, like Emily and Aspen and Megan and I, with Pops and Ross. We're going to meet up like once a month so we don't lose track of each other. I would be heartbroken if that happened. So, as long as I still get to be in their lives somehow, I'm okay with that. Whoop. Okay. Where'd it go? Oh. Hold on, I think my glue is too hot. Let's turn that down a little bit. Let's see. Let's do it over here. There we go. Okay. Have y'all ever worked with small ones like this? They're fun. They come out looking great and they don't take as much effort. You can see because we've got 3 here. And they don't take that long. Whoop. Look at this. Okay. Just got little strings hanging on. the wreath stand. I've just gotta finish putting it together. Now that kind of stuff I will make, but just not, you know, not all the stuff I've been doing. Okay. Alrighty. The only bad thing about this is the little mess it makes, but it's worth it. Okay. So people who are minimalist, this is the kind of stuff they like. And so if you were going to do something for a minimalist, or you wanted it for yourself, you would stop here and not put anything else. But of course, I have to put more stuff because it wouldn't feel right if I didn't. So we're not done. Okay. Let's put one in here. I love it when I put this part in. Okay. Right, 2 of these. So we've got our little formula down that we're putting in them. Not that I really consider these things recipes, because I just think that's like a cooking thing and not like a wreath thing. I mean, I can make similar things, but they're not going to be exact. That's just not gonna. They'll be similar, but they will not be exact. I have recipes for things I cook though, because although I will say, I don't tend to stick to recipes very well either. So maybe that's why I can't really think of these as recipes, because I don't really stick to recipes very well. I can cook though. Okay, so we got that part done. Yeah, I know. My mom was upset because she forgot to go in and watch. So we've got to go back and watch them. I watched a little bit of it. Hey, Sassy. Okay. Hey, sweet girl. Okay. All right, now let's get these in. And I do have the list of what I put in that bottle thing. I've just got to write it out and put it in the group, because I forgot to give y'all that. So I have it. I just have to write it down. There we go. But this right here does a great job of breaking up that green being too dark. Lordy. The strings. Need some right in here. There. Right in here. Right over here. There we go. All right, now let me just kind of show you how this works. Okay. So you take your ribbon. And you come down about, let's say, about 10 inches, so about right here. Just fold that. Okay. I like to use zip ties. So sometimes I have to poke a hole through. Depends on the ribbon, but this is just a little awl. Just poke a hole in it. Okay. Then you just get the zip tie through, and we really don't need this giant zip tie, but you want the, this thing to be on the front side because it'll be hidden by the wreath. And then there's nothing to scratch the door. Okay, this. Like that, okay. And then you take your wreath and you put it here and you zip tie it on, and that's what holds it on to the ribbon. And then it goes straight down. All right, and then you want to do about 10 to the next one. All right, so, well, actually, I think we need to do a little bit more. We did. Let's see. Like about that, I think. So write it out here. Let's see what that is. That is 22 from where you did the last hole. Okay. So I'll punch 2 little holes here. Okay. Then we're going to go 22 again. And I like to use the velvet because it's thicker and it's going to hold up better. What do you want in your box? Okay. Now you don't have to do giant or long zip ties like I do, but you know, it's up to you. But remember to keep this part on the inside. You can even double this up. And I will tell you, red velvet is so popular at Christmas time. What time is Debbie going on tomorrow? 7? I don't think I'll be doing anything this Saturday, but the next Saturday I will. So. There we go. Okay. So see how those are on there. Okay. And then what you can do, cut it at an angle, or you can also fold it so it looks chunky at the bottom like that. So either way you do it, with red velvet though, make sure when you decide what you want to do that you do that, because it, you know, it'll crease up and it'll stay that way and it'll be harder to get it out. All right, so let's set that aside while we finish these. Okay. I want to put, okay, so this is what we're going to kind of put in it. Okay, we're going to take some of this here and get some of these glittery cedar pieces in it. And these, just like the others, I can just pull the pieces separate so I can spread it out. But I wanted you to see what it looks like plain in case you like that look better. Let's pull these off. These, I mean, they are glued on there. Yeah. Susan, I'm sorry. I still haven't gotten your box out. But it'll be going out tomorrow. I remembered something I had to put in your box, and I had to stop them. And then I've just had crazy stuff going on. I haven't had time to... I forgot your swags. So I had to pull back and say, wait, don't send that. Okay. All right. I'm just pulling this piece apart. Then we'll add them in. This one I can cut. Okay. I love these berries with a little snow on them. So we're gonna take those out of this pick. I love this pick. This one is from Sims here. This is CS18186. They do have these at Hobby Lobby that are very, very similar. So you can go there because they have a very similar one. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to cut all these out. All right, so let's start. And we are going to make a bow to go at the top of our ribbon that goes behind these. Okay. Oh, I got to cut this part. This came from Carolina Pottery. This one is 102548. This one is a little bit more expensive, so I'm selective where I put it in. I know, that's why I was like, oh crap, wait, I gotta. But it'll go out tomorrow. It'll be early next week that you get it. It generally gets up there pretty quickly, so I'm gonna pull these off individually so that I can really spread it out and get more kind of bang for my expensive buck. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see how many of these we have so we can kind of separate them. 3. That way I don't. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wow, we had way more than I thought. I don't even know if we need that many in it. Okay. All right. Now, so we'll take our pieces. Hello, Sassy. And put them in. Remember to stick with the direction. See, now it'll start to bring that color out. And it's going to add in a little bit of the sparkle. I think maybe we'll do 4. But let's see. Three, 4. Yeah, I think 4 is good. So I'm kind of putting them where I can make sure that you're going to see them. Okay. All right, and then we want to put some of these in. Okay. Aren't these cute and full? I love this. Look how pretty that is now. Okay. These you kind of have to be careful because you have to look to see, you know, if these pieces are attached together. So see, these are attached like that. So I can't really pull these apart because the berries are all glued together. Okay. Okay. And I like the stick on it, so I'm gonna leave the stick on it. Isn't that cute? Okay, we've got this little ribbon, this little red ribbon. This is the 7/8 inch ribbon. I know Craft Outlet has some of this. All right, so we're going to cut pieces. Okay, I'm going to take a pipe cleaner. I just like to do this because it makes it easier to put it in. I think it's too small for me to put a bow. I don't want to put a bow and it overwhelm it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take little what is this? 6-inch little pieces of ribbon, 7/8 inch ribbon. Okay, and we're going to, look at that, y'all. That's terrible. It's from that pine. It's just going everywhere. That's annoying. Hold on. I'm gonna get it off. You see me holding that, right? It does not hurt because I don't let my glue get too hot. I mean, I can feel it's warm, but that's about it. Okay. So I'm gonna put ribbon down in here and have the ribbon come out like that. And so that's how we're going to put ribbon in. Okay. They don't even all have to be the same length. I'm just kind of cutting, not really paying attention. You could also swirl it in here. No, it doesn't look like the same one. Yeah, these are great centerpiece forms, they are. With these, I want to make sure they go down to the bottom. Okay. All right. So this just adds a little bit of color. Whoops. Okay. Bang. And I'm making sure I'm still going with the direction that the wreath is going in. See how that even emphasizes how we have that kind of going around? Now, I may trim this one off a little bit. Looks a little bit longer than what? Okay, there we go. Okay. The great thing is you can make it smaller. You just can't make it bigger. Yeah. Down there. Okay. You can also take the ribbon and pinch it and like put it here and then pinch it and put it here. So this is like you can kind of put it in and out of the wreath. I think I cut this too small, so let's save this for a different piece. Or a little tail. Okay. That's what I like about ribbon. It's really versatile. Okay. So if I put it like right down in here, and I can figure out how long I want it, I can kind of go in between things like this. Okay, trim this off. Okay. Now, so what I'll do, I like to make it look like it's kind of almost like it's twisting inside there, like this. Okay. Get a little glue right on the end. Okay. Then we can kind of put it around a couple things. See that it'll almost start to make it look like these ribbons are almost coming in and out. So I'll go over to this next ribbon and then I'll start another one over here like this. And I'll kind of see if I can kind of go in between a few things so that it looks like the ribbon is kind of coming in and out. It's just an illusion. Oh yeah, her big one. Yeah. Is that the one she made just for herself? That one was beautiful. Of course, all hers are beautiful, but I really liked that. Susan is definitely a go big or go home person. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Nope, let's put it on this side. There we go. See how it makes it look like that ribbon is kind of going from one to the other when it's really not, but it makes it look that way. Okay. Then that one down there. See how you can kind of twist it like this and then make it come back in. There we go. Very different, right? So this is what we started with. This is what we're going to put on that actual ribbon. Okay, let's do this one. There. Oh, I love these pieces. They're so pretty. I really love these. Okay. Okay. Not going in the right direction. Yes, okay. I just realized I wasn't even paying attention. There we go. We're good. Okay. All right. Then we're going to put some of these in. You need help, Sassy? You need help, baby? Sassy? Hold on, y'all. Let me put her on the couch. She's struggling a little bit. Okay. You want to go on the couch? Come here. Sassy! Come here. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Good girl. All right. Now we're set. Okay. Okay. some of these in. Try and get that off of there. There we go. Okay. See, it's the little strings from the pine pieces. They get, when it shreds off, it just shreds off in the glue. There we go. Okay. This one. That one. That. Okay. See, we can use some of the same stuff when we're decorating this thing. So. How many did we put in? 3? Yeah. 4. We put in 4. Okay. Doesn't have to be exact, but I think it does look more symmetrical if it has pretty much the same amount. Okay. Alright, let's do our little ribbon. So. When I try to put ribbon in without putting a little bit of, I'm so glad you live in the classes. Without putting a little bit of pipe cleaner on it, I tend to burn the crud out of my finger because it's hard to get it on there and in there. So, let's see, we're going in this direction. I find it easier also to kind of stick it in there so it'll go down in the place that I want it to. What? Why were you nervous? Susan, you need to tell that imposter syndrome to get away. You let that thing take over entirely too much. Y'all tell her she never has something to be worried about. She is so talented. I don't know why she can't accept that. She is so talented, isn't she, y'all? I hate that she gets nervous like that because she sure as heck doesn't need to be. She is amazingly talented. She just doesn't seem to, she seems to be the only one that doesn't know that. No more of that imposter syndrome, girl. No more of that. We gotta cut that out. There may be people in your life who tell you things that aren't true. And just because they say them to you, certainly does not make them true. It makes them idiots. And they don't deserve you. So quit that. Absolutely she is. Alright, now let's do our little swirpies. That's what I'm going to call it, swirpies. Okay. Alright, let's go right down in here. There. And I have a love-hate relationship with glue. You know? Jeez. Okay. I want it to kind of go like this, maybe. Okay. There. I know, right? She is hilarious. She is so smart and so sweet and so talented, and it just makes me mad as hell that anybody made her feel other than that. I don't like that. Better not do that to my friends now. I don't know about y'all, but when somebody says or does something to someone else that I care about, I can't keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think. John's stepdad, Big Daddy, I loved him to death. But sometimes he would say things to John's mom that wasn't nice, and I would flat out call him out because it made me mad as hell. So he quit saying things to her in front of me because I would be like, seriously? Let's do this one over here. Then I'll figure out that one. Used to make me so damn mad. Like, don't you talk to her that way? That is not cool. Right? Me, I swim in it too. There. Okay. Okay. I can't stand a bully. I can't stand it. And I can't keep my mouth shut. And I will be brutally honest. I can't help it. It's just the way I'm built. But at least you know I'm not gonna lie to you. Because I get mad. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I'll let you know. want this one. There. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. Okay. I want to put a little piece in here. There. Okay. One more little piece and then we'll go on to the other one. Okay. Woo. My mom says she doesn't like to craft. My mom likes more like decorating. So I think I do, but she thinks I don't. I think she just has a different form of it, is all. You know? Like her thing is she likes to decorate for holidays and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's pretty much the same. There we go. Okay. I'll tell you why I like glue pots. You see this? So this is what I've been using to put glue on. I can plop off this big piece and I can throw it right back in the pot and it'll remelt. I can even get the stuff off my hands and it'll remelt. That's why I like it. Because there's no waste. There's no glue waste. Okay, so we got our second one done. Okay, let's do this one. Then we're going to put it on our, oh, we got to make our bow, and then we're going to put it on our thing. See, this is why I wasn't going to even attempt to go live later, because I knew this would take a little while. But I knew it would come out awesome. So I'd rather do that. I can go live on YouTube tomorrow. I think I might go live tomorrow and do a maybe a church and maybe a gingerbread house. I want to do those. I've been dying to do those. Okay, where's the other one? There it is. Girls are finally settled and sleeping. There we go. Okay, let's put some of these in. These do make really cute little centerpieces as well. And for, I know you probably didn't think of this, but these are great for centerpieces for, you know, winter time and Christmas time weddings. You put these in and you put like the hurricane glass or a glass with a candle in it. They work awesome for that. So they're very versatile, these little wreaths. And if you have someone who's in like a nursing home or something, these are like a perfect size for their door. So. Okay. And I'll tell you one thing you can do. This is actually kind of a business tip. One thing you can do is you can make things like this, take awesome pictures of them, and you can rent them out to people who are having weddings. Oh, awesome. So keep that in the back of your mind. It's a huge industry, renting stuff for weddings, and all you got to do is, you know, go to the venues around you and talk to them and take them some free things. And, you know, wedding signs are a great thing to do. As a matter of fact, in the design group, some of the stuff we're going to do coming up is we're going to be taking, I got these wine barrels, and, well, they're whiskey barrels, and we're going to decorate them up and make them, you know, perfect for weddings or events, you know, and then kind of talk about what you can do with them. They're so much fun to decorate. So that'll be fun. Yes, yes, we did one of the wine bottle things. You talking about the wine bottle bouquets? Or are you talking about the like the boozy tree, but it's a wine one? No, they're whiskey barrels. I would tell you what's funny. So when I went and bought them, of course, they're empty, but they are used whiskey barrels, and they had been sitting outside, so they had gotten wet. And when I got them over to the marketplace, I was getting ready to put wheels on the bottom of it, and holy cow, I had to get the liquid out of the bottom. Oh my gosh, it smelled. I'm pretty sure that was a Jack Daniel's barrel, because it smelled just like it. I was like, holy cow. This was definitely a whiskey barrel, because it was strong. It was kind of funny. Oh yeah. This. We did one, and we are going to do several more. Yep, we are. I know, it was really funny. I mean, it was strong. I was like, dang. But I did find a place I could get them, so. The lady was super nice. And I would tell you what, those things are really expensive. I had no idea they were that expensive, but I didn't pay that much for the one I got. I paid like $65 or something like that. And so if you do something like that, and then you're going to rent it out for events, like each time you rent it, you could rent it for, let's say, $25 or $30. That, you know, you only have to rent it a couple times before you've not only covered the cost, but then start to make it back. Yes, it is. It was on here. We did it Monday. It was Monday. We did it Monday. What did I do with my little stick? Oh, here it is. And the great thing is that you could just have like a little storage unit for your stuff, or if you have a big garage or something, you can do that, and it doesn't require some big, huge space. And hopefully you keep it out, rent it out enough that it's not even there much. I know, I love the barrels. I love the barrels. Yep, I did do it in here. So, I want to do... So I pull things apart, go all the way down, and then that way I can kind of hide it. How do I want to? There, like that's good. Okay. And it doesn't have to end right where that ribbon is, just somewhere in the vicinity so it looks like it's kind of coming in and out. Okay. Okay, this is funny. This little piece is getting pushed along by the fan, and for a second there, I thought there was a bug on my table. I was about to get upset. Okay. That would not be cool. No bugs on my table. Yeah, they are white oak, I think. Let's see, I think I want to do this one. Let's do this down in here. Then come in here. Yeah, like that. Okay. Really need that much. Okay. Yeah, we can see if we can go back and find it and tag you in it too. Sometimes that makes it a little easier. Okay. I want to put a piece in here. There. Oh, that looks so cute. I think I'll do one more, and then we should be good. Then we're going to make our bow. Hide it behind there. Okay. Let's make our bow. See how cute? All right, we're gonna save this because we're gonna put some on this. Okay, let's make our bow and then we'll put it together. I've been wanting to make one of these for a while. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna do regular red velvet bow. So we're going to do the bow that I sell the absolute most of every year at my craft fair consistently. Okay, so we'll dovetail it. Okay. All right, let's do about a 10-inch tail. Okay. Hey, Carolyn. All right. In the floor it goes. So 6-inch. Right? Yeah, that's good. Okay. This is generally the bow that I make the most of at that show. Okay, so we're going to do the 3, 2, 1. It's really what people love the most. And I want to tell y'all, so we were at Carolina Pottery today, and they sell these bows for $15, which is exactly what I sell them for. So it is right on the money. Yeah. Well, you kind of want to do that, right? Because you don't want it to overwhelm. Okay. So the whole thing will be at 6 inches. Okay. And there's 2. And there's 2. So the trick with these bows, with the red velvet, is they're going to be thicker, so you definitely want to use zip ties, and you want to tighten it as much as you can, because that's what's going to allow you to fluff it. Because they're thick, so it's harder to get that zip tie really tight. That's kind of the main issue with these bows. It's not that they're impossible to make, or it's the fluffing, it's the getting it tight and the fluffing. That's the only difficult part of these bows, truly. Okay. Okay. And she's off to the races again, huh, Bella? I see that. Yeah, she left you again, huh? All right. Okay. So let's get our zip tie under here. Oh, that stinks. Sometimes if you go out and come back in, that works, but it could just be wherever you're connecting from. That stinks. All right, so there's our indentation. Pretty easy to see. Hold it. See, when I'm talking about, like, make sure it's sitting inside that indentation all the way across, and that your ribbon stays just like this, in this stack. You don't want them to move one way or the other until you've gotten it tightened. So you want to keep it in this stack as long as you can, because that is what is going to keep them in line to make sure the bow is right. So if you're having trouble with your bow, with your loops being out of order and stuff, this is the step you really need to work on. And it's real easy to get them out of order. So just take a minute to make sure. So see, when I get it tightened, it's still in that same exact spot. I just have it tightened. On these, I will also cut a piece. See, when I'm doing the shows, like I'll cut a piece and I'll cut a smaller piece, and then I'll keep this because then on the next bow I'll use another piece and another piece. I can usually get at least 3. Okay, so then I'm going to take this, I'm going to tie it around because it's going to cover up that zip tie. Because with these, I mean, you can see that zip tie, it is like a beacon. So you definitely want to cover it. Okay. There we go. Now we'll fluff it. Okay, so with these, one thing you can do is set it down and pull everything apart. This really helps with these kinds because they are thicker. So if you do that, then that's the first process of breaking it from the center. So this is the first process in breaking the bow. Okay. You see how all the pieces get jammed down in there? So when I say break the bow, what I mean is get all of those little pieces from being stuck down in there. So when I pull it back and forth like this, then it makes it easier for me to stick my hand in there and fluff that out. And then I don't have all those wrinkles and those little pieces that are causing my bow loop to look funky. So that's what I'm doing. And with this red velvet stuff, it will crease, so you want to go ahead and fluff it. Get those little pieces out so they don't get stuck with those creases. Okay. We can run our hands under. There we go. See? Okay, so we can cut this one off. All right. So our bow is going to go up here at the top, okay, like this. But what I want to do, and I probably should have cut this a little bit longer, but it will be okay. I want to make a little hanger thing, but first let's put our wreaths on here first. Okay. So I want to find the best spot where I can kind of easily get that zip tie kind of hidden inside. So just kind of push it through. In there. See, there it is. And I just want to hide it inside here. Okay. Trim it off. Okay, there's the first one. And I wasn't sure if I would need to zip tie it at the bottom or not, but we're going to see. Let me see. Yep, I think we are. All right. Okay. Okay, let's get some zip ties. That way it's not going to move around. Yeah, at least probably around 200. Yeah. Or more. And then other kinds of bows as well. But just the red bows themselves, because people will come up and say, I want 40 bows. I want 50 bows. I need 10 bows. I need, 7 bows. I need 12 bows. I need, So that's kind of what it is like. Now, we do have people that come and just want 1 or 2, but that's more like the exception and not the rule. So, yeah. All right. Oh, shoot. I didn't tie it in the right place. Hold on. I need to be paying attention. Okay, here. This is where it needs to go. I got a little carried away. That was funny. That's okay though, it's an easy fix. Alright, let's make sure we're in the center here. Yeah, right there. Alright. Fix our little ribbons. There we go. Okay, that's the first one. You can see what it looks like. Okay. Let's do the second one. And I wasn't sure just how sturdy the ribbon itself would be. So I may end up putting like a cardboard or something in back of this. Because I've never seen anybody make one of these, so I wasn't sure what they put behind it. And it may just be a few ribbons. I mean, these ribbons are pretty sturdy, but okay. There we go. Okay. No, it's there. Okay. It was flipped around. Okay. There we go. Oh, you know what? I bet I know something that would keep this from kind of flopping around. We could get those yardsticks and attach the ribbon to the yardstick, and that would give it plenty of base. So I'll have to see if I can get some yardsticks. I've got some somewhere, and we'll see if that keeps it nice and straight. So, oh my gosh, I love this. That's 2. All right, let's do the third one here. So when I come back on, I'll have the yardstick, and then we can see how that works. I can take it and hang it outside my door so we can see how it does. Okay. And the reason I'm thinking of yardsticks is because it's inexpensive, it is wood, so it would give it that structure it needs. They're easy to paint, so we could just easily paint them red so that, you know, it would match everything. And they're easy to get. This is pretty though. And I think I want to figure out how to make it a hanger for it as well. So I had an idea for the hanger, but I gotta go get it. Okay. Let's flip these back out a little since I squashed them. Okay. All right. Let me go grab that thing real quick. Right, Belly? It doesn't matter. Okay, so we have these little, they're just like little things with little holes on them. And so I thought this would make like a great little hanger, you know. So, just a little piece of wood with a couple little holes in it. So see, we can use these holes to attach it. Okay. Okay. So we can put the bow up here. All right. See, I knew I needed just a little bit more length. All right, let's see. See if there's more length on this side. No, it's about the same. So make sure you give yourself a little bit more length at the top. Because that. All right, let's see. Okay. You say that to her like she knows what you're talking about. That ought to work. Okay, I want to make sure that's going to be hidden though. Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do here, this isn't ideally what I would do, but since I cut it short, we're going to. Where is my needle thing? I don't think this would work. Maybe. I don't think it will. Okay, I guess what I can do, I really need my metal one. Alright, we'll just, oh, where did I put my awl? Hold on, it's here. There it is. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna kind of sew these together, sort of. I have a metal, needle, but I can't see where it is right now. So we're just gonna wing it. Now I'm just gonna use a pipe cleaner because it'll be easier to hide. Okay. See, and then when yeah, that'll be good. Okay. This will be so much easier if I could find my little metal piece. Oh, it's bent over. No wonder I can't get it through. There we go. Now I got it. Like sewing. Yeah, so cut more than you need. So you don't do what I did. Okay. There's always a way, y'all. Yep, red zip ties would work too, would. Yep. There's always a way to make it work. So if you don't have enough, don't stress. There's always a way to work it out. There. Okay. All right. So I'm going to tighten this all up. There. Okay. Hey there. Oh no. That's not cool. Are you back home? There. Okay. All right, and then what I want to do is I want to take this. Okay. Okay. Make sure that's nice and tight. So you won't really see this because it'll be behind the bow, but it makes it easier to have a place to hang it that doesn't require you to use the bow. So oh, I missed the hole, that's why. There it is. It keeps wanting to go. There we go. Make that a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, now, there we go. Now we got it. Okay, see, that just leaves it a little hook to hang it from. There we go. See, the mechanics will be hidden in the back, right? So the bow is going to be over this part, so you won't see that. And I'm just going to tie this bow, so right up there. So let's do my little hole, my little hole. Okay, we're gonna run the zip tie through there. Okay, and through here. Okay. So you can see where I have it right there. Okay. There we go. So there's our little hanger. Right there. Okay, okay. Trim off our little zip tie. Now let's see. Where's the remote? Nobody with the remote. Ah! Hold on, I gotta find it. Yep, I dropped it on the floor. Of course I did, y'all. But of course I did. All right, here we go. Let's try hanging it on this. So then it has a little bit of something in the back. Okay. So we've got that little piece to hang it on. All right. Hang it there. Whoops. Yeah, see, I think that's why I'm going to need the yardstick, just to keep this part straight. And this is way longer than this thing, because I wanted it to go from the top of a door to the bottom. Okay, look. At least gives you sort of an idea of how it will look on a door. Actually, once it gets on the door, it should be pretty stable, but I think I will still put a yardstick behind it just to keep it from flipping around like it's doing. So I'll go tomorrow and get a yardstick, and when I come back live, we'll put the yardstick in the back. And then I can put it on my door so y'all can see what it's going to look like. It's supposed to go all the way, so it's supposed to go from the top of the door all the way to the bottom of the door. At least that's the way it's designed. That's how it's designed. All right. Now, let me do my other little project. Let me kind of move this a little bit. Take this up off the table. this will be, so when I get ready for my craft fair. Hi, girls. I will hang this, you know, on one of my grid walls at the entrance, so it'll be like right there in the front. Okay, wrong way. Here we go. I do too. All right, so these, when you do these, they're called kissing balls. I know we've done these in the past, but they're really fun. So you just have a string to hang them from. This one I got from Carolina Pottery. It was only $5. But there's a lot of ways you can make these. So this is just a styrofoam ball. Okay, so it's pretty easy to get a styrofoam ball, but you can also get the plastic balls that they have at like Dollar Tree and Walmart and just cover them with fabric. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put this on it, and this is going to allow us to put all our stuff in. I just think it's, so this is a little candle ring. I think this is a 6-inch candle ring. Let me see. Yep, that's what it is. Okay, so I think I will want to see, I think I have some. Yeah. All right. Ooh, excuse me. All right, I'm going to glue around this ring. We're not going to just rely on the glue. I mean, it's not going to be holding a whole lot of weight, but I still want to make sure it's not going to come off. All right, so we're going to start with that. Okay. Because it will glue to the fabric and at least hold it in place while we work. Okay. I want to make sure that I pull the string out and I get it centered like that. That's so cute. I did. How you doing, Daddy?
I'm good.
You see my thing? Look,
Yeah.
right there.
Which one?
Next to you. You see those 3 wreaths?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what we just did.
Huh?
That's what we just did.
These here or here?
Right there. Behind Bella.
Okay.
Okay, so just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, you could use florist picks, but I thought maybe the little greenery pieces would work pretty well. And then I can anchor this in and make sure it's not going to come out. So I want to see if it'll go through itself or if I think I'm going to need to poke a hole. Yep. Okay. I'm going to leave that in there while I get my glue on here so I don't have to try to look for the hole as much. There. I do not have it in the right spot, I think. Okay. I don't think it's sharp enough. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can find my little floral pins. Floral pins, floral pins. Here's some. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's see if these do a little better. Yep, those are going to do better. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll push them down as far as I can get them, and we'll just kind of fluff that around it. So you don't want to do this step if you get one of those plastic balls because it would pop it. But I like this because we can fluff it out. We have something to put our little stuff in. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. We are going to do some candlesticks with a few of these as well. Okay. Let's see. That's on there pretty good. Okay. I think that's good. All right. I want to make a bow to put here. Let's see if we want to do this bow. Let's just see. Yeah, I think that's a good size. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is about like a 7-inch tail. Okay, we're going to do like 3-inch loops. Okay, we're either going to do, I think we're going to do 9 loops. Okay, so we got 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright, there's our indention. You can always pull your ribbons up in the middle to make sure they stay where you wanted them to. And, here we go. Okay. So I didn't want an overwhelming bow for this. I wanted to make more of a round bow that I can kind of, you know, bring pieces up like this. All right. And when you make an odd bow, it works really well. An odd numbered bow, I should say. Like 7, 9, 11, things like that. It makes it a little bit easier to make it into a rounded bow. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll run it right through that thing. Okay. And what I want to do is take that string and make sure I pull it kind of in the middle of the bow so that I'm not disturbing that. Okay, I'll tie this on. I'm just tying it on to that little hanger. Okay. Alright, trim this off. There we go. Alright. Now we fluff the bow out. Okay. See, and this is like basically like fishing wire, so you can't really see it. So that's what's nice about that. There. Put this tail over here. There we go. All right, now we can start. See, and this is a simple red ribbon, but it has a little like glittery edge on it. Okay. So let's see, what's a good thing to put this in so it won't move? Oh, here. I think we'll use my tree here. There. I just wanted something to set it in so that I can, you know, not have to worry about it kind of flip-flopping around while I'm working on it. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to use some of the same stuff we used before. Okay, we've got our, now this time I'm going to make them into single pieces. Okay. I don't need them to be real big because this isn't very big. We're just going to do the same thing that we did before. We're just going to kind of add stuff in to make it look, you know, more natural and like there's other things in it besides just evergreen. Evergreen by itself is not very exciting. Oh, the glue, the glue. Okay. So I'm just kind of going all the way around, gluing those in. Okay. See, things like this are really great to have at your house or at shows if you sell stuff, right? Because you want to have items that are, you know, lower priced and higher priced. So things like this give you an option to have some more things. It's also a really fun thing to hang. So makes it fun. You can put lights in it, so there's really no limit to what you can add in it. It's really just what you want. Okay. Now this candle ring is actually very nice and full, but I still want to add a little bit more in. You bored, Pa?
No.
Okay.
I think that's cute.
Yeah. Dad's phone talks to him, so he likes to sit there and play with it. And pet the puppies. That's right. Okay.
Attention to.
We're going to put this in. Okay. Okay. So this is going to start to make it longer and bigger. I want some up here, and I want some at the bottom. Just like we normally do. You want to spread it out. Spread the love. right? Spread the love. There. Okay. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I need one right over here. Okay. Oh, right here. Put just a couple more in. There. I think I usually just get a string of like 100 for the tomato cages. Something like that is about what I do. Okay, one more up at the top. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, now let's see. Good with those. Let's see if I want to put some of these in. Yeah, that's cute. Let me see. Okay. So I'm going to kind of push these kind of up at an angle so they'll almost kind of like come down a little. Okay. Like right in here. There. Okay. There. Okay, we could put a couple up here. Underneath. There. Under here. There we go. Oh, cute. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. Right, Belly?
Belly says I'm tired.
She just looks at me like, what? Okay. All right. I think we have, yeah, 2 of these left. So I'm going to kind of put these kind of coming up and out like that. Oh, that's way too close. I didn't notice that was so close. No wonder I wanted to put it there because I had the other one there. Okay. Hold on. Glitter, glitter, glitter. See? I want to see which one of these I want to use. Let me see. Oh, this is pretty. I want some stuff kind of coming down at the bottom. Oh, I love that. Look at that. This is X20863, and then it says GNWT, so green white, I guess. But we can pull these pieces off, and these are perfect to put at the bottom. Y'all know I get excited when I find something I really like. Oh, I like that. I really like that. Okay, so right up in here. So it's kind of coming down the sides. Yes. This even has little pine cones in it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go around. Putting these in. Okay. There we go. Okay. I love anything with this sparkly, glittery stuff on it. I'm a sucker for that. I go to the store and I see that and I'm like, ooh, that's going in my cart. It's not good. That's why I stay away from the stores. Because that's bad. It's too easy to jump in my cart and go home. Okay. Alrighty. There. So see, when it's hanging, there'll be some kind of coming out at the bottom. That's cute. Okay. Now I just want to put a couple in top. Okay. Just to kind of continue it up to the top. And then it won't look out of place. I was thinking this would look cute in between those. I want to see. I think I would have to, like, yeah, that's cute. See? Okay. This is $248384 frosted juniper. Okay, so up in here, there we go with our little frosted juniper. Okay. And I think I got 2 of these, but I'm not positive, but we'll see. And then we'll put these up here so that we can spread it up top as well. There. So see, then it coordinates down to the bottom. Okay. There. Okay. There. Okay. Okay. There. We may not need another one. This one may do it. Because it does break up into many pieces. So. How you doing back there, Daddy? Huh?
Looks very good right now.
Thank you. Well, it's almost done.
Yeah, well, I got one more job.
Oh, he has to get back up. He can't sit still that long. Okay. One more little piece. Let's put this in. Did he leave you, Sassy? It's okay. There we go. Alright, now let's put these in up top. She has to go see where he went. It's hard to get this thing to sit still. It's like trying to brush a dog's teeth. Yeah, you could definitely do gaps and cracks. You know, I'm not a big fan of that stuff. But it's just because I have to wait for it to dry, and I'm not good with that stuff because I tend to not pick things that I'm going to do out until right before, and that requires planning, and I don't know, I'm just not, I don't do, like, it's hard for me to design that way. I can't design like that. That's cute. Okay, I want some color, some kind of color in here. Let's see. I don't think I want to put. Let's put some more. Let's put some more berries in. Okay. Let's put a few more berries in it. There. And I should be good. It's a little bit longer than I want, I think. Let's see. There. Okay. I just wanted a little bit of color, a little bit more color at the bottom. So we're just going to put in a few of the berries. And that ought to, alright thing, quit doing that. Ooh, this thing is it's a jumble of berries. There's no getting this sucker apart. There we go. There. Let's see. That one in here. There. Stay still thing. I'm going to put a few of these in the bow. Then I think that's it. Yeah, it's a styrofoam ball with just a little bit of fabric on it. I got it from Carolina Pottery, y'all. It was only $5, which a big ball like this, more than that. So it was, I don't know if they were, I'm guessing they were clearancing it, but winner, winner. They had red and black and white. Let's make sure our string is still here to hang from. Okay. There we go. Okay. I think I need a little something right in here. There. Okay. That's good. Listen, ball. Sit still. Oh, don't worry. We're pretty much done. So everything will be in here for you to watch whenever you can or want to. So it's all good. Here. All right. Look how cute that is. See, and it's just the little ball. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love that. That's so cute. I like it. All right, y'all, this was fun. Let me go get those trees real quick. I want to show you what we're going to be doing next. Hold on. Okay, so you can get these from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so this is the form. It's a little tree form, and we're going to decorate them in different ways. But, you know, these are the, what, $1.25 or whatever. So these are a lot of fun. So we're going to do a few of those. I'm just waiting for some of the supplies to come in. We're also going to be turning a table leg into a tree. That sounds weird, but we are. So there'll be some really fun, different kind of fun things that we'll be doing. So, and we will do a couple like traditional wreaths and stuff, but it does need some mistletoe. Yeah, it does. That would be perfect. I'm so glad you loved it. All right, y'all. Well, I will see you guys Monday. So I think some of this stuff should come in before Monday, and we can hopefully do these. If not, I'll let you know what we are going to do. So I'm going to keep these little thingies so I can keep track of what I put in. Okay. Oh, and this. I gotta keep that. All right, y'all. Well, y'all have a good night. And I will see you guys on Monday. Woo. I have glitter everywhere, y'all. Lord, it's the glitter fest. Okay. Bye, y'all. I'll see you Monday. Yeah, y'all have a good weekend.